We were all surprised with the previews that the production of Alchemy of Souls has presented. While the premiere day arrives, we can see information of what could happen in the second season thanks to the previews, posters, and photos that have been published on social networks. Many are talking about Yul, since in the previews and in the photos that have been published we can see how his physique has changed and how he looks very sad. Yul now looks very thin, and apparently he is going to spend a disappointment again with Naksu. Many believe that Yul will have a very important role in this season and something bad might happen to him. That's why today I'm going to talk about Yul might pass away in the second season of Alchemy of Souls. But first, remember to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you'll be among the first to see our content. We know that Yul has known Naksu since she was very young. When Naksu was alone in the forest, Yul would often visit her and you could see how happy he was with her. Naksu had an instrument to call the birds and she would lend that instrument to him. When Naksu found out who Yul's family was, she quickly rejected him and told him that she never wanted to see him again, or she would hurt him. Then Yul found out that she moved away because a member of his family was there when her father was killed, and of course she wanted to avenge her father's death. After Naksu will changed to Mudok's body, Park Jin took her body to examine it and Yul realized that she was the friend who was in the forest, because he saw that she had the bird instrument, so he was very sad about that. Then when Yul met Mudok he knew she was special, and little by little he realized that Naksu's soul was in that body. However, he had to see how she spent time with Jang Wook until she fell in love with him. In the last chapters we saw how Mudok talks to Yul and officially tells him that she is going to continue her life with Jang Wook, and asks him to move on with his life and forget her. At that moment we were all heartbroken because even though he said he was going to do it, we all knew that he was still in love with her and that forgetting her was going to be very difficult. Now in the previews of the second season we see a Yul who is still suffering for Naksu, but we also see how he is thinner. Let's remember that when Yul was about to die, Seo gave him the Jin family's bloodworm so that he could live. Although he survived thanks to the worm has caused many negative effects on his body. On one occasion Seo sends him a medicine with instructions so that he can alleviate the pains he is feeling, because they were the same pains she felt when she had the worm inside her. Apparently, the bloodworm causes him to become weak, his chest hurts, and he generally feels bad. In the previews and photos of the second season, we see how Yul has lost weight. Apparently, that could mean that he is very sick. We imagine that the production of the series instructed actor Min-hyun to drop some pounds so that he can look sick. In the third teaser images, we see Yul touching his chest as if he has a very strong pain in his heart. So for this reason we know that Yul still has health problems, and it's been 3 years and he still couldn't get cured. But maybe he can't remove the bloodworm in his body because that could result in him passing away. Perhaps the bloodworm functions like Jang Wook's ice stone, that if he removes it he may pass away. Now, besides the physical pain and health problem that Yul will face in this new season, he will also face an emotional pain, and that is the pain of seeing the love of his life again. In the images we can see how he is talking to Naksu and holds her hand as he did once in the first season. So from this we know that he recognized her. Then we see how he hugs Naksu as a tear comes out of his eye. The question we are all asking ourselves is, why is he crying? As we know, Naksu lost her memory, so we don't know if he is crying because she can't recognize him or because she again rejected him. But Yul and Naksu's relationship in this second season will be very interesting, because we don't know how she will act upon seeing him again and not remembering anything from her past. Something very shocking and a bit confusing was presented in the third teaser. We can see Yul surprised seeing how Naksu holds her sword full of blood. Now the question we must ask ourselves is, What is Naksu doing outside Ho-young's house? We do know that Ho-young apparently has it hidden and doesn't want anyone to know about it. This makes me think that Jin-moo sometimes keeps controlling her with the bells, and because of that she is doing wrong things. Maybe the time Yul saw her with the sword full of blood she was doing something wrong and Yul couldn't believe it. It could be that the tears Yul was shedding are because he knows he has to eliminate her so that she won't continue to do harm, even though he still loves her. We also don't know if in the process Yul confronts Jang Wook and that causes him to die. Although they were raised as brothers, it may happen that Yul knows where Naksu is and has not told Jang Wook for fear that she may fall in love with him again. Recall that there is a theory that Yul was the one who kept Naksu's body or ashes, and Ho-young used some of the power of the ice stone to restore the body. What we will see in the second season will be how Yul's disease evolves and how he is cured from the effects of the worm, of course if he has a solution. If not, we know that there is a good chance that Yul will die in this new season, something that would be very sad and heartbreaking, especially when Naksu's body is alive again. We still don't know which is the soul that inhabits Naksu's body. There are many who believe that the soul that is in Naksu's body is Buyon's soul, and if so it would be more difficult for Yul, because he would see the body of his love, but with another soul. Quite the opposite of season 1 that saw Naksu's soul in another body. So in this season we will see that Yul will suffer not only for his health condition, but for his emotional condition, as we know that he will suffer a lot when he sees again how Naksu's body is alive, and that could give him hope that she will fall in love with him at some point. It would also be very cruel, and it is something that will probably happen, that Yul has to see again how Naksu is still in love with Jang Wook, something he had suffered in the past when she was in Mudok's body. So unfortunately, it seems that the wish to see Yul with Naksu and to see Jang Wook with Mudok will not be fulfilled, because of course actress Young So-min will not be in this second season. What do you think will happen to Yul in this new season? Do you think he may pass away because of the Jin family's bloodworm? Do you think Naksu will be able to remember the things she experienced with him? Leave your theories here so we can read it. If you like this video, please like and share it with your friends.